Hi guys, Yuki here, back with Seduce Me 2 Alternate Routes Part 10, still on Eric. Yeah, we're just gonna try to pull through, trying to get these done pretty quickly, so that, I don't know, I guess we can move on to something else. Let's see. The night passed by and morning rose. To my surprise, I woke up alone. I scanned the room for Eric, but found myself in the room by myself. Eric?
He left to go train with his brothers, sweetie.
I turned my head to the sound of Diana's voice. The door was open with Diana standing in the archway holding a tray of pancakes. My stomach growled at the sight, but something in my heart felt giddy as well at seeing Diana with food.
Here, something warm today.
Thank you. Diana passed the plate as I began to eat. I knew that I had to work hard myself today, so I needed all the energy I could get. Diana, however, watched me as I ate. As her gaze got the better of my nerves, I looked at her with a confused look. What?
Do you know the child that's in your body?
I shook my head, making Diana press her lips together in an irritated line. I felt a little bad that I couldn't be of more help, but the spirit didn't have a name, at least not one I knew of. Diana shook her head and leaned against the wall, crossing her arms and legs.
Well, we'll be able to expel it soon enough. I have Shadow in charge of figuring out how to sever the ties that spirit has on your body and forcing it free.
My mind instantly froze. My memory brought up images of the crying spirit and the tears it wept as I had entered in my dreams. Would this new method hurt the spirit? Don't say anything. There was nothing I could do about it. We had to force it out somehow, and if we absolutely had no choice but to hurt it in order to do so, we had to. I shook my head and continued to eat, finishing off the pancakes. Diana pushed herself off the wall and began to leave the room, but stopped to look back at me with a concerned face.
Does the spirit ever enter your dreams?
Yeah, it does. Diana stared at me for a moment, most likely trying to form her thoughts into words before speaking. When she did, I couldn't stop myself from going wide-eyed.
You know, there is a way we can stop the spirit from communicating with you until we can expel it.
I stared in shock. Why wasn't this brought up before? Diana grimaced at my expression inside.
The spirit is a child, and is most likely repulsed by romance and sex. Am I correct?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with stopping it?
The spirit is feeding on and using your energy. The only way to stop it is to drain yourself of energy.
She wasn't serious, was she? She expected me to give Eric all of my energy all of the time? What about training? Diana turned fully to me and crossed her arms.
Essentially, after training, give your remaining energy to your fiancé. Kiss, hug, fuck, it doesn't matter. As long as your energy is completely drained. You'll sleep, and because you'll have no energy, the spirit won't be able to appear in your dreams. You'll have an empty sleep.
It made sense, but at the same time, I felt a little out of place. Eric needed my energy to survive, yes, but to give him all of my energy? Part of me felt a little excited to do it, while the other side of me felt that it was completely wrong to give energy for that reason. Diana shrugged, breaking me out of my thoughts, and making me give my full attention to her once again.
It's up to you. We should have the means to expel the spirit in a day or two.
Thank you. I was curious, however, why Diana was interested in helping me. She was already doing so much for me and the others by helping me get back to the human world. Before Diana could turn to leave, I stood up from the bed. Diana, why are you helping us with this anyway? Diana's gaze burned into mine as her expression softened. Something in her eyes showed a form of weakness, almost reflecting the eyes of an innocent child. What the?
You may not believe it, but I do actually enjoy aiding people. When I can, at least.
I could only stare at Diana in surprise. I could tell she was being genuine just from the sound of her voice, but the look in her eye made me feel somehow like crying. For some reason, I found myself dropping my empty plate on the floor and rushing to Diana, hugging her tightly. Diana tensed within my arms and stared wide-eyed at me. I couldn't stop myself from hugging her body.
What the?
I wasn't in control of myself. What was going on? Help me.
Dear, what are you?
I didn't speak again. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Was the spirit in control again? Diana finally relaxed in my arms and wrapped her arms around my form, petting over my hair gently.
How pitiful.
With each stroke, I felt anxiety wane and clear from my body. From where the that they came from, I would never know, but I couldn't do anything but allow it to pass. Diana seemed to be some form of comfort to the spirit.
However you got into this body, we will free you, child.
I felt myself nod, however, I couldn't stop myself from feeling a strong energy pull from my body. Was Diana draining my energy? Attempt to pull away? This wasn't right. I felt some form of hold on my body and began to pull away, but Diana tightened her hold on me.
Just let me.
I didn't have much of a choice. Even as I wanted to force Diana away, my body was too relaxed to allow the action to happen. As my body became weaker and weaker, the control of my body became more and more obtainable. Finally, my body felt light, but I found function in my nerves and limbs to function of my own coalition.
Are you yourself again?
Yes. Diana nodded before releasing me and looking down at me. To my surprise, her eyes were glowing a bright gold, probably from the energy it had taken from me. However, it had been done for me to regain my body. Diana's eyes returned to their normal red color as she smiled.
For now, rest a bit. You'll be able to regain some energy and be able to train as if nothing had happened. As long as you're not brimming with it, the spirit shouldn't be able to take control of you again.
I nodded in reply, finding myself step back and slip back onto the bed behind me. I held my head, feeling slightly dizzy from the experience. The door opened and closed, so I assumed that Diana had left me alone. My heart felt at peace for some reason, even feeling as weak as I did. Was the spirit appeased with Diana's intervention? I couldn't see why it would have been.
She's very special. That's why.
The echo of the spirit's voice reverberated through my mind, but as I waited for it to explain, no further response came. I let out a sigh. The spirit was gone for now, and I had full control. For now, rest until training. I trained once more from morning to night, desperate to become better at the sword. Mirth managed to step in occasionally to give pointers, but she became an observer as I practiced on my own, seeing me improve. Training was rough, but my body knew that it had to be ready for the journey and battle ahead. Staring into the skies, I became enamored by the darkening purple tint. As I prepared to head inside, knowing that I would find cover before it became totally dark, a rustle in the dark bushes near the castle walls caught my attention. And we've been through this, so don't mind me as I skip past. Oh, okay, we're here then. I guess don't give and just rest. I needed the rest. I was fine with the spirit being present in my dreams. I could handle its emotions and control myself there at least. I let out a small yawn and began to sink into bed. My exhaustion fueled my journey towards slumber. The darkness of my mind once again welcomed me, the spirit laying on the ground.
Hello.
Hello again. A third night with the spirit seemed awkward enough. What was I supposed to say? What did the spirit want? It was simply lying against the ground, unmoving. My curiosity traveled to what that had said when Diana took my energy. Do you know about Diana? The spirit, however, didn't speak. What was wrong? Eric hadn't come into my dream yet, so I decided to ask another question. What did the Demon Lord do to you?
He killed me and hurt me.
It was obvious that the spirit hated him, much like I did, but something about its wording was off. He killed it and hurt it? Why in that order? Was this spirit not a new spirit, but one that had been wandering for years? Did he kill you first?
Yes. He killed me. Then he hurt me before releasing me.
I'm so sorry. The spirit didn't speak again. Whatever I wanted to say fell on empty ears, even as Eric appeared. I woke up, again alone. However, I knew that Eric was off training. He seemed happy that he was getting back into the swing of it, despite only able to train for a short time before the final battle. However, as I got myself ready, a knock echoed at my door. Huh? Come in. The door opened to reveal a sight I did not expect at all. You! My heart froze in my chest as the man who presented himself at my door.
Huh? What's wrong?
Yeah, get away from me. I scrambled back away from the Demon Lord, instantly recognizing him. I found myself against the wall, grabbing the nearest object and chucking it at him. If this was going to turn into a fight, then I would attack after I beamed him with whatever I threw at him. To my surprise, a purple tendril stretched up from the ground in front of him and smacked the object away. How did he have Eric's power?
What the? Love, what's wrong?
Why was the Demon Lord calling me love? Don't take any chances. This was a trick. The Demon Lord brought me here, and I was now going to fall for it. I quickly put my hands, ready to fight. However, I wasn't allowed to react as two purple tentacles wrapped themselves around my wrist and gently pulled my arms down at my sides. Gah!
Princess!
Oh. I shut my eyes, trying to block him out mentally. He was pretending to be Eric. I opened my eyes again to see Eric with a face etched with worry and panic. In the tentacle by his head was the object I had thrown at him, but he stood where the Demon Lord was. How? I buckled down onto my knees and curled over myself, wrapping my arms around my body. This was too frightening. Too real. What was happening? I looked up to see the spirit floating silently behind Eric before fading away. I knew it, but how was the spirit able to make Eric look like the Demon Lord? It was a twisted method if it was trying to get me to like it. Eric knelt down and gently wrapped his arms around me, nuzzling my head.
Shh. It's okay.
I barely noticed that I was shaking and whimpering. I couldn't really stop myself. The man who had trapped me here appeared before my eyes all of a sudden, then he vanished into the man I swore to love. Eric kissed the top of my head.
The spirit must be playing tricks on you again. We'll remove it soon enough. I promise.
I nodded, believing in what Eric said. This would only last a short while, then the spirit would be gone. I slowly became more comfortable with the sword and began to do more tricks. I became more agile, more aware of my surroundings as I continued to slice through the dummy I decided to call Mal. I didn't know why, but the name felt right for it. I pulled myself from the training grounds to the gates and through the castle doors. The interior was dark, yet the warm, ever-burning fires that served as lights illuminated the corridors, eased my ability to navigate through the winding halls. The walk was peaceful and quiet on the way to my destination, until I heard familiar laughter tear through the walkway. And we've been through this too, so... Entering my room, I felt heavy. To think that I had attacked Eric that morning was horrifying. I could have hurt him. I didn't want to hurt him. Then again, I had thought he was the Demon Lord. I had every reason to be frightened and try to fight, but if he had appeared for real, would I have been able to stop him? I was training, yes, but only to defend myself, not to kill anyone.
I can help, you know?
Huh? The spirit was enticing me again? The room around me felt frozen in time once again. You can help me with that?
With a lot of things, actually. If you want, I can give you really cool powers.
Why are you being so friendly?
Huh? I always wanted to help you.
The spirit was making little sense. I was already training and I was completely tired. I closed my eyes and looked away. I can take care of myself.
Well, if you need any extra power, let me know. I can keep nasty people away, just like last time.
But you'll get hurt. My words seemed to silence the spirit for a moment before it spoke again as if unresolved.
I still want to help you. You shouldn't be pushed around by that icky man.
Eric isn't pushing me around.
It's only a matter of time, though.
I looked at the spirit somewhat insulted. Did it really doubt my ability to protect myself? What do you mean?
You're a human. Humans aren't as powerful as demons. Especially not the evil man.
Before my eyes, the room around me shifted into the interior of a dungeon. I panicked, looking around while being trapped in place. Smoke slowly eased into the space from dark corners, making me cough and wheeze. What was this spirit doing? Stop it!
Use my magic!
What? I felt the soft glow in my chest. For some reason, I felt calm and the air became easier to breathe in. Was this spirit's doing? Soon, fire began to peek in and I was surrounded in flames. I wrapped my arms around myself, trying to lean away from the heat.
A human can't survive in the demon world, but I can help you. I can protect you.
Stop this vision now! This was getting ridiculous. How could this be happening? Was I somehow in a dream? This was out of control. I needed to find some form of freedom. All of a sudden, the flames around me vanished and I was back in my room, staring into the empty space with the spirit in the middle.
Why won't you let me help you? I'm stuck in your body.
I don't need your help. I have Eric. Those words slipped out. A brief silence followed before the spirit spoke again.
The icky man is related to the evil man, right?
Eric? That came out of nowhere. I nodded, knowing what she said. Asked. Eric is the Demon Lord's son. What? Was the spirit concerned that Eric was evil too? Ignore the spirit. I couldn't let the spirit get to me any further. The illusion of the Demon Lord had to be because of the spirit, so I couldn't allow it to take over my thoughts and make me feel guilty for it anymore. I simply closed my eyes and let the spirit take the hint. As I opened my eyes again, the spirit was gone and time began to move forward once more. I let out a sigh and rubbed my head. This was getting ridiculous. When was I going to be free of the spirit? I was becoming more anxious by the day. Even as Eric came into the room, I felt worry about the situation grow. I barely noticed as Eric finally entered the room. He slowly entered, most likely cautious from what had happened in the morning. As memories of what happened appeared in my mind, I couldn't help but frown. I had attacked him. The spirit was trying to make me hurt the man I loved, and I couldn't have felt more ashamed for falling for its trick. I looked up at Eric with sad eyes, surprising him as he closed the door at last behind him and walked to join me on the bed. Eric, I'm sorry.
Love, it's all right.
Eric wrapped his arms around me as I nuzzled my head. I closed my eyes and relaxed into the embrace, feeling him gently drain me of energy. I didn't fight back. I felt no reason to.
I know it's not your fault.
But I still almost hurt you this morning. My guilt consumed me as I buried my face in Eric's chest. Eric, in reply, ran his hand over my head and held me close. I was upset, and I had every reason to be. I could only hope that the spirit would be taken out soon. The morning was filled with concern as Diana had gathered us in the war room urgently. Apparently, she had found a way to expel the spirit from my body.
Are you sure this will work?
Indeed, this ritual is highly dangerous, but it should permanently sever the ties the spirit has on her body.
What do you need for this ritual? Is there a way to make it not as dangerous?
I've already looked into finding a safer method. The price for it is sadly too high to justify.
What is the price, then?
Let me deal with it when it comes. For now, we must prepare. Training today will be unnecessary. We need to prepare everything, and it will take a good majority of the day.
The day?
Indeed. However, once the spirit is severed, we can trap it and see why it was so keen on attaching itself to you.
It's strange. Why would a demon spirit pick a human to latch itself onto?
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get going!
What do we need to do?
You all need to be here in case something goes awry. As for you...
Diana looked to me and gestured to the table, which was cleared save for a small pillow.
Lie down, and I'll prepare the rest.
I nodded and walked to the table. Eric, being the gentleman he was, helped me up onto the surface. I gently leaned back and got comfortable, shifting in the pillow beneath my head.
She will lock herself within her mind and speak to the spirit. If the spirit is angered enough, it will take over the body. Basically, we're going to force the spirit to gain complete control of her body.
I instantly sat up as everyone else turned towards Diana in shock.
And why would we want that?
Diana pressed her lips together, seeing the sudden flare of anxious anger around her before she turned to me.
Once the spirit has full control, then I will perform a spell that will rip it from your body, leaving it open for possession. Being that your soul will still be in the body, you'll regain full control after the fact.
Wait, so what happens if you accidentally pull her soul out?
That's what makes this spell dangerous. It takes a large amount of energy and will only work if everything goes smoothly. I won't know for sure whose soul I'll be pulling until you wake up.
You're not even sure it'll work.
That didn't ease my worries. Diana glared at Damien, who simply gave her a cold stare back.
I would not suggest reading my mind again, bastard son.
Now's not the time to bicker. We need to make sure this goes smoothly.
If it goes wrong, the spirit could absorb her soul.
What?
I suddenly froze in place. The spirit could absorb me? What do you mean? Diana sighed and crossed her arms, pressing her lips together once again. However, her eyes made it clear that she believed this ritual would work.
The spirit within you is a very powerful being, despite it being a child. It is a demon, but we don't know what kind of demon it is, so we have to assume that it is the worst kind. A soul eater.
A soul eater?
A very rare breed of demon who feeds on both energy and souls. It doesn't matter what kind of soul it is, as long as it's a soul, it's edible.
They're only as powerful as the souls they absorb, which makes them the worst kind of demon.
But didn't they die out long ago?
As I said, we don't know if it is one or not, but we have to assume that it is for safety.
Diana glared daggers into my soul as if she was trying to glare at the spirit within me instead, or maybe she wished to instill fear into me. I couldn't tell.
It will offer you power, but if you take it, then it will absorb your soul in exchange. The wording of its offer will grant the demon full power over your body, making it the owner.
Eric gently took my hand and looked at me with more than concern burning in his eyes. He was worried and scared. Mentally prepare. I had to mentally prepare. I closed my eyes and took a few breaths before looking to Diana. I'm ready. Diana nodded as I slowly leaned back and relaxed once again on the table. Eric still held my hand, waiting to be told to let go. Surprisingly, Diana didn't request it of him.
Keep holding her hand. If something happens, you must get into her mind and aid her.
Eric nodded, as did I. Diana hovered a hand over my face, my gaze pinned onto her palm. What was she doing?
Close your eyes and sleep. This will seem like moments for you, but it will be hours for us.
I nodded and closed my eyes. Almost as soon as I closed my eyes, some sort of energy began to take hold of me. Was this Diana's doing, or the spirit's? My nerves began to tingle and my body felt light as a feather. Energy ebbed and flowed through my body as I felt like I was falling through water. The space around me became thick with calm and almost emptiness. Was this a forced dream?
I know what you want to do.
Finally, the spirit made itself known. The space around me brightened to reveal a patch of forest. The image of my surroundings flickered and swayed slightly, reminding me that this was only an illusion in my head. In the center of the space, however, appeared the spirit in its orb form. Would I ever see what the spirit actually looked like? I finally walked over and stood before the spirit. We're doing this so you can get out of my body.
But what if I don't want to leave?
I suddenly became afraid. The spirit didn't want to leave. The air became cold as the spirit bobbed up and down in place casually.
In here, I'm safe from the evil man. He can't find me here, and he can't hurt me.
But I've hurt you too. The spirit seemed to pulse in reply, remembering what had happened days ago.
That didn't hurt much.
Yes, it did. You were crying. The spirit circled around my form in observation.
I can help you, though. I really can.
I'm not listening anymore.
No, listen, I can. I can protect you from being hurt. Really.
The forest began to quake and I suddenly shifted into a sight I hadn't seen in a while. My heart suddenly became light as I gazed at the room around me. My room.
My dear.
Oh no, not this. This was gonna creep me out. Suddenly I felt a pair of arms wrap around me. They felt like snakes slowly sliding along my body with one hand across my chest and the other around my waist. Both pressed my back tightly against a warm and somehow familiar body. I felt disgusted by the act, but found no strength to fight back. A head caressed my shoulder and the side of my neck was a tortuously slow touch.
My sweet, delicious bride-to-be. You'll spoil a demon such as me.
Eric?
I can help you fight him off.
This was an illusion. This was some sort of trick to make me believe the spirit. I knew it, but the fear within my body became real as Eric's fingers danced over my body. I didn't want this. A warm glow in my chest began to pulsate as a lavender wave of energy pushed against the arms around me.
What the?
Use my magic! Get him off of you!
On its own, the magic in my chest burst forth, forming a barrier around my body and pushing the illusionary Eric away from me. I barely turned in time to see the image fade like dust blown away by wind. I never imagined seeing Eric vanish before my eyes, but I became witness to the illusion of it, causing my heart to feel torn. I felt tears collect in my eyes, but my mind became chaotic. What was I doing? Stop it! I knew what was happening. The spirit was trying to show me an example. I wouldn't let it influence me. My scream echoed and shook the room.
Princess!
The image around me quickly reformed to the forest from before, and I watched as Eric appeared from the brush. The spirit quickly moved to be near my side as Eric glared at the spirit.
That's enough!
No! I won't do it!
Eric's glare could almost kill. As his ethereal tendrils appeared around him, the spirit became repulsed defensively.
Then you leave me no choice.
Eric lunged forward and charged the spirit faster than I ever seen him move. The spirit put up a barrier around itself, similar to the barrier it had on me when Sarah tried to expel it. Eric's tendrils in rapid succession began to jab and slam themselves into the barrier, attempting to break it.
No!
I had to stop this. I didn't want this hurt to get hurt, but I didn't want Eric to get hurt either. Stop! I ran for them, leading them to stop. The spirit needed to be angry, but not like this.
Princess, stay back!
I won't do it! No!
The barrage continued without mercy.
Listen to me! I can help you! Don't do this!
With each strike Eric threw at the spirit, the barrier quaked and pulsed with energy. Over and over, the sound of magic clashing reverberated through the space we were in, making the image around us vibrate. Eric's face hardened into a look of pure determination and anger. He truly wished to help me and protect me. But the spirit was still a child. What was I going to do? We had to make it take control. Let Eric keep going? I couldn't step in. I didn't want to hurt the spirit, but enough was enough. Eric was more than willing to help me rid my body of it. I watched as Eric brutally showered the spirit with strikes from his tendrils. The orb kept defending itself, not wanting to die. I soon had to look away, no longer wanting to see anymore. As the final blow made impact with the spirit, a rush of bright light engulfed the area. As it did, I felt my form spasm and flicker, causing me to look down at my hands. Through a blinding light, I could see them trembling as they slowly began to turn transparent. What the? I looked up to see Eric rushing for me, panic written all over his face. What was happening? I began to run for him, but felt my body move in the opposite direction, drawing me further away from the one I loved. Eric! Why couldn't I get closer? Soon Eric vanished from my sight, and I became lost in a white light. I felt weightless, and my senses no longer worked. I was trapped. I could only just barely feel myself shed tears from how frightened I was. What was happening?
She's gone.
Oh, wow.
What?
What happened?
Eric, where is she?
No! Love! Get up! Wake up!
Oh my god.
Damien, the spirit?
Gone too.
No, this can't be! No!
What did the spirit do?
It sacrificed itself and took her with it. That body has no soul. She's...
No!
And if I can't live, you can't either. Okay. How long am I recording? 30 minutes. I think I can probably get, do a second one, probably. So let me just pause this real quick, and we shall get there soon. I'm back. But you don't belong in my body. The spirit was unfazed by my words, spinning around itself once.
I don't belong anywhere. I don't have a home to go to.
But this is my body. The spirit circled around my form in observation.
I can help you, though. I really can.
I'm not listening anymore.
No, listen, I can. I can protect you from being hurt. Really.
And then
My dear.
And then scrape
My
it.
sweet.
I can help.
The image around me quickly reformed to the forest from before as I watched as Eric appeared from the brush. The spirit moved forward to be near my side as Eric glared at the spirit.
That's enough!
No! I won't do it!
Eric's glare could almost kill. As his ethereal tendrils appeared around him, the spirit began to pulse defensively.
Then you leave me no choice.
Ah! No, 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 no!
Princess, stay back!
I won't do it! No, 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 no! Listen to me! I can help you! Don't do this!
Attack the spirit this time. It wouldn't give up, so I had to aggravate it as well. If making it angry would make it take control, then that's what I had to do. I charged forward and slammed a fist into the barrier, feeling a hot burn against my skin. However, I knew that it wasn't truly injured. The spirit wouldn't dare hurt me like that.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. Eric increased the speed of his attacks, and soon our barrage on the barrier began to break through as it began to crack and fade with each punch. The spirit started to whimper.
No, please.
My heart felt like whimpering as well, but enough was enough. I had to fix this. With the final attack, Eric and I landed a blow together, smashing through the barrier and impacting the spirit. To my surprise, the attack landed against what felt like a glass orb. As the final blow made impact with the spirit, a rush of bright light engulfed the area. As it did, I felt my form spasm and flicker, causing me to look down at my hands. Through the blinding light, I could see them trembling as they slowly began to turn transparent. What the? I looked up to see Eric rushing for me, panic written all over his face. What was happening? I began to run for him, but felt my body move into the opposite direction, drawing me further away from the one I loved. Eric, why couldn't I get closer? Soon Eric vanished from my sight, and I became lost in white light. I felt weightless, and my senses no longer worked. I was trapped. I could only just barely feel myself shed tears from how frightened I was. What was happening?
She's gone.
Wait, is this the same ending I did before? If so, I'm probably gonna have to cut this out.
What?
What? What happened?
Eric, where is she?
No! No! Love! Get up! Wake up!
Oh my god.
Damien, the spirit?
Gone too.
No, no. No, this can't be!
What did the spirit do?
It sacrificed itself and took her with it. That body has no soul. She's...
No!
If I can't live, you can't either? Yeah, I already did this one. Okay, then I have to go back and do this again. Back in, like, who knows. In this one, we do give Eric our energy, so hug me. I needed to be held. It may have been somewhat of an excuse to give Eric energy, but it was a simple request. I wasn't in the mood for sex, but I at least wanted to be embraced by the man I loved. Eric smiled and positioned himself beside me, wrapping his arms around me and nuzzling my shoulder softly.
As you wish, my princess.
I smiled and wrapped my arms back around him. And it was a peaceful night. I'm keeping myself safe. Look, just leave me alone.
How long can you keep yourself safe?
I looked at the spirit somewhat insulted. Did it really doubt my ability to protect myself? What do you mean?
You're a human. Humans aren't as powerful as demons. Especially not the evil man.
Just because he's the Demon Lord's son doesn't make him a bad guy.
Does he really love you?
I stared at the spirit, trying to see where this question was going. It was trying to split me, so I smiled and nodded. Eric indeed loved me more than anything. He does, I know it.
And if he doesn't? What if he's lying?
He wouldn't lie to me.
He could be. Demons always lie to get what they want. I was lied to.
You were?
Someone, a person, made a promise to protect me. But they didn't.
The room became darker and colder as the spirit began to suddenly cry. I felt horrible listening to it weep. Before I could comfort it, though, it vanished into the air, leaving me in the room as time began to move forward once more. I let out a sigh and rubbed my head. This was getting ridiculous. Someone's at the door. When was I going to be free of the spirit? I was becoming more anxious by the day. Even as Eric came into the room, I felt my worry about the situation grow. Comfort him. I gently caressed his cheek. I needed to not only comfort myself, but I needed to show Eric that everything would be alright. Sure, there were doubts about this whole ordeal, but I needed to do this. Eric gently held my hand and kissed over my knuckles, slowly calming down. It would be alright. I had to mentally prepare. I closed my eyes and took a few breaths before looking to Diana. But we're going to kill the evil man. The spirit stopped bobbing in the air and pulsed the wave of energy, shaking the forest around us gently.
How can you kill the evil man?
We've been preparing to for days. The spirit circled around my form in observation.
I can help you, though. I really...
Attack the spirit. One more time! Oh, Eric, why couldn't I get closer? Soon Eric vanished from my sight and I became lost in white light. I felt weightless and my senses no longer worked. I was trapped. I could only just barely feel myself shed tears from how frightened I was. What was happening? Did I die again?
She's
Oh my god!
she's gone.
What?
What?
Eric, what?
No.
Oh my god. Damn it.
Gone.
No, no.
What did it's
No!
You know what? No, we're just ending it here. 3 times already. Sorry, guys. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna have to figure out where I have to replay because I don't know how to further it. Well, I do know, but I'd have to go way back, and I don't feel like it right now. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. And if for those who live in the US, have a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, we'll just have a great Thursday. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!